boys and girls, today we're going to read If Your Monster Won't Go to Bed, written by Denise Vega. What do we call the person who writes the story? The author. Illustrated by Zachariah Ahura. What does the illustrator do? Draws the pictures. So if your monster won't go to bed, what do you think this story could be about? Based on the title and the picture. Time for bed. Who hates these words more than anything? That's right, your monster. But we all know what happens when a monster doesn't get enough sleep. Massive monster tantrums. Refusing to join the sneak up and scare your sister game and falling asleep in the slug mush. Let's review a bedtime routine guaranteed to help any monster drift off into peaceful nightmare land. Rested and ready to play, toss the slime ball with the rest of the kids and monsters. Don't ask your parents to help you. They know a lot about putting kids to bed, but nothing about putting monsters to bed. It's not their fault. They're just not good at it. Don't bring in your dog to cuddle. She'll bark and whine and chase your monster's tail, and your monster will growl and snarl and chase your dog's tail, which will lead to a monster meltdown. And who wants that? Besides other monsters. Don't do the monster stomp. Your monster will wiggle his waggle, flick his flirt, and clench his claws. And the next thing you know, he'll be shaking his bristly bottom and won't want to stop. And you'll be shaking your unbristly bottom, so it will be a big bottom shaking, waggle, wiggling, fur flicking, claw clenching monster kid stomp, which will last all night. Save the monster stomp for daytime fun. Don't have your monster count sheep. You know what will happen. And sheep aren't good for monsters' digestion. All that wool will make him gassy. Don't give your monster a glass of milk. Monsters hate milk unless it's sour and green and smells like dirty underwear. And if you give them sour, green, dirty underwear smelling milk, they'll stay up all night burping sour, green, dirty underwear smelling burps. And who wants that besides other you know what? Burp. Honk, boom, boom, crash. I know that's a lot of don'ts. So if your monster won't go to bed, what do you do? Step 1. Pour your monster a nice big glass of calming, crunchy, oozy bug juice slimed with ooey gooey snail trails. No monster can resist this. And maybe you can't either. Go ahead, take a sip. Step 2. Give your monster an ice-cold, shiver-inducing bath to relax him. And make sure to scrub behind his ears with mud soap. Step 3. Brush your monster's fangs until they are at their smelly, rotten best. And don't forget to floss. Step 4. Help your monster find his favorite squishy, squashy, can't go to bed without it toy. Put all the other monster toys in your parents' bed. They will appreciate your thoughtfulness. Step 5. Read the freakiest, creepiest, scary story from your bookshelf, screaming where appropriate, and watch your monster's eyelids droop. If your monster asks for one more story, shout, "No way!" And get ready for Step 6. In the key of Screech, sing, "Shock-a-bye monster!" And listen to those gigantic monster snores, along with the snores of your family, and maybe even the whole block. Congratulations, you've done it! Your monster has officially gone to bed. You are the master, the cat of monsters, the captain of creatures, the baroness of boogeymen. You're so good, everyone in your neighborhood will start asking you to help with their monsters. Uh-oh. Looks like the dragon won't put on her pajamas, and that werewolf won't stop howling, and that zombie is annoying the whole family. I know a lot about monsters, but nothing about dragons or werewolves or zombies. I'm out of here. Why do you think the little girl said, "I'm out of here" at the end of the story? Because she didn't know how to deal with the other monsters, so she didn't want to help them, the werewolves and all those. So, how many steps were there to put the monsters to sleep? 6. Will you go over the steps with me? Step 1, who remembers it? Good job, we made a smoothie. A different kind of smoothie than we would drink. What was step 2? Was it a hot bath or a cold bath? A shiver-inducing bath. Would that make us ready for bed, or would a warm bath? A warm bath. What did they wash the monster with? Mud soap? Would that actually get the monster clean? No. What was step 3? Brush and floss. But did they want their teeth clean or nasty and rotten? Nasty and rotten. Who can tell me what step 4 was? Find his favorite squishy squashy. So that would be like what? A stuffed animal. So monsters even like stuffed animals to go to bed. Step 5. Did it want a sweet goodnight story with a happy ending, or did it want a creepy one? The monster wanted a creepy goodnight story. Step 6. Shock-a-bye, monster! Whew. That probably doesn't want to make you go to sleep. It wouldn't make me, but the monster loved it, and it made him go to sleep. What were some things you shouldn't do to make the monster go to bed? The monster stomp. Right, good job. What else should we not do? Play slime ball. Should you even ask your parents to help you put the monster to bed? No way. So we talked about the steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 to put our monster to bed. That's called sequencing. We've talked about sequencing. That's the order you do something in. So if I were making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, I would not start just putting some peanut butter on a plate. I'd get my bread out first so I could put peanut butter on it. That's the same thing with the monster. We can't just start in the middle. It won't put it to bed. So it's important we follow the sequence of events, so the order that something happens, to help us understand it better and to be able to do it correctly. So I want you to start thinking about the sequence of events of whenever you get ready to go to bed. And I want you to turn and talk to your neighbor and compare. So that means talk about what y'all do that's the same, and contrast things you might do differently or in different orders when you're getting ready for bed. And then we're going to share it with the class.